Yes, hello. Yes. Here, this is the drive. You have access this drive for next 1 year. Okay. After 1 year, you may not get that will be removed. Okay. Here we are in web UI. In this UI, we already discussed what all topics we have, and each topic introduction we completed. Okay, so we are in web UI. UI means user interface. We can able to create user interactive page by learning that list of all topics are here. HTML 4 and 5, CSS, screen not shared. Okay. Thank you. Every window I have to share, otherwise it is not sharing. Please let me know if not visible. Here the JavaScript, here fourth one jQuery, here fifth one Ajax, here sixth one responsive design, here responsive design, then seventh one will be here bootstrap, eighth one will be here less and SAS programming, ninth one is project, 10th one is exam. So like this, I'll continue. So in the weekend test folder, so I created one drive access. In that I created weekend test folder. In this, once topic is over, I'll upload that test question paper and answer sheet here. And recordings, how many classes completed, all recordings, I'll get it from organizer. Then I'll upload here in this recording folder. Today's recording also, I'll upload it in this recordings folder. Okay. And then here we are continuing. Total duration of my course will be here next 2 months. Next 2 months, I'm going to continue on all these topics. Here, let me save. Today's date 11th October. Yes. Here we are learning here web UI. Under this, we started discussion on the first topic, that is HTML4. We started HTML4. HTML is a hypertext markup language. Here, hypertext markup language. Markup means here it is a tag-based programming. Markup is nothing but it's a tag-based programming. Tag is nothing but it's an instruction to browser. We can give our instructions to the browser in the form of tags. Here, these tags are here, two types. Two types of tags we have. One is paid tag. Second one is here unpaid tag. Total HTML page, we will write it with the tags. Here, these tags are here, paid and unpaid. So now you can check it here. So this is here, doc type, HTML start and close. Here itself, you can write it here, head start and close, and body start and close. Here, head and body tag, we can show like this. In this, here, if you check it here, every tag is an instruction. So this is the standard instruction for the HTML page. This is the standard instruction for the HTML page. Doc type HTML start, HTML close, head start and close, body start and close. This is the standard code for the HTML page. Under this, you can see that here doc type HTML head and body. HTML is a starting tag, ending tag. So it is a pair tag. Head tag, starting tag, ending tag. It is also a pair tag. Body tag is also a pair tag. So now you can check it here. Under this pair and unpair, here first tags generally will write it here. In between less than and greater than, we'll write the tag name. Here this is tag. So generally we'll write the tag here in between the less than and greater than. Here this pair tag here, whenever you write the starting tag, definitely you need to close the tag. Example for this, here only you can check it here. Body tag is a pair tag. HTML tag, starting tag, ending tag. Head tag, starting tag, ending tag. Here script tag, starting tag, ending tag. Here style tag is also a starting tag, ending tag. Here, like this, you can find it here. So many tags, all comes under pair tags. Here, pair means here, once you start the tag, definitely you need to close the tag. This is pair. Second category of tag here. So that is here, second category of tag here, unpaired tag. Unpaired tag here. So we will write it here, tag name. Here itself will close it. Example for this here. Here, suppose if you write image tag, SRC is the attribute of image. You can write address of that image or a name of the image. Here we are writing tag name followed by attribute and followed by source address. So like this, if you write it here, we call it as pair tag. See, this is starting tag and we'll close the tag. Tag like this. This is what here, unpaired tag. Here I'm learning here pair tags and unpaired tags. Unpaired tag for our application, we can write like this. Okay. Here itself, we can write it here, PR tag. Break line, we are writing here. This way, you can write the starting tag and here itself, you can close. Then HR tag, here itself will close. Here, input element, here, input element here, input type text, input type button, input type radio. So by this, we can write it here, all our input elements. Like this, we can write it here, all unpaired tags. Here, we are learning here paired tags and unpaired tags for our application. So whenever you write the starting tag, definitely you need to close the tag. An unpaired tag here, name of the tag followed by attributes. Here, BR tag, HR tag, and input element, all are examples for the unpaired tag. So we are learning here what are the list of paired tags, what are the list of unpaired tags. This is the first program. Generally, I'll cover in my first program, this one. And I already explained how to write our program, how to execute our program. IDE, we use it here to write our program. So for UI programming, we will use VS Code. You can use VS Code or a Atom or a Bracket or a NetBeans or Eclipse, any IDE you can use. Present development environment is using Visual Studio Code to write our programs. So here we'll go to the Google, search for VS Code, then you can download it. So that VS Code, the setup file, here setup.exe file will download it. So if you double click on it, here after a couple of next clicks, it will be installed in our system. So after a couple of next clicks, it will be installed in our system. So once it is installed, so you can check it here. This VS Code will be installed in our system. So once this VS Code is installed in our system, automatically we can run our programs. So how we are running our program? Go to the computer start button, open VS Code. See, go to the computer start button, search for VS Code, just enter. By that, VS Code will be opened. After opening here, there is an option called File, Open, Folder option will be there. See here, File, Open, Folder. See, Open Folder. So by this, you can create your own folder for our development. Just select that folder. See, I created my own folder for development here like this. So now you can see that here I created one 6 a.m. folder. 6 a.m. October 2024 at UI folder I created. This is one folder I created from my system. Under this, I created one subfolder as HTML4 as the subfolder. Under this subfolder, you can write one.html program. Here, one.html program, you can write like this. So this way we can write it here, our code. So computer start button, we are executing IDE here. In this IDE, we are using here VS Code to develop our application. This way we will write our program. Here I'm using here Visual Studio Code. I'm going for Google, search for VS Code, then VS Code setup file will be downloaded. If you double click on it, couple of next buttons will be there. By that it will be installed in our system. So once it is installed, you can go to the computer start button, VS Code, file, open folder. So by that, you can open your folder from VS Code. Under this folder, I'm creating one 6 a.m. folder. See here, I created one 6 a.m. folder. Under this, I created one HTML4 folder. So now you can check it here, how to write our programs. So here, I wrote it here, standard code of HTML will be here, doc type HTML head and body. Okay. Now you can execute your program. So in this VS Code only, we can go for execution of the program. So for this VS Code, go to the extensions. Under this extension, search for live server. So once you click on search for live server, click on install button. So by that, live server will be installed in our system. So live server will be installed in our system. So I'm going for VS Code. Just if you click on install button, VS Code will be installed in our system. So by this, VS Code can be available for our program execution. That live server will be available to execute our program. Okay. Here, now you can check it here. See, this is the standard code of HTML. Here is our script code and JavaScript code and CSS code. And this is our HTML tags. All HTML tags will write like this, and comments will write like this. Here, comments in JavaScript will write like this, CSS will write, and here that output will be like this. So now you can find it here. So script code and here, this one we are writing here. After this, so I'm going for here, I'm going for script code and this one. Here it is JavaScript, CSS and all we can use. Here now I'm writing here. So how to write our program with this? So now I'm writing here. So pair tags are here. So list of pair tags are here. H1 to H6. Heading 1, heading 2, heading 3. Like this, we can write it here. H1 to H6 all comes under heading tags. Here H3, here 4, here 5, here 6. H1 to H6 we are writing here. These all different pair tags we have in our program. We are using here different tags for execution of our programs. Here H1 to H6 we are using as our headings. Here H1 to H6 will use it as our headings. Here under the style tag, you can write CSS code. Under the script tag, you can write JavaScript code. So these all list of pair tags. So I'm explaining here pair tags and unpaired tags. Here style tag, script tag. Along with that, I'm explaining here H1 to H6. H1 tag, H2 tag, H3 tag, like that up to H6 tags. We use it here. All our headings for our application. Heading for our application, we can write it here H1 to H6. P tag is used to display paragraph here, and here div tag is used to display division of the web page. So when you write a starting tag, definitely you need to close the tag. That one only we call it as pair tag. Here pair tags are here. Whenever you write the starting tag, definitely you need to close the tag. That one only we call it as pair tag. Here I'm explaining here pair and unpair. Under this pair tag, you can see that here HTML tags all will be like this. Here I'm explaining here HTML tags. Pair tag here, whenever you write the starting tag, definitely you need to close the tag. Here, these are all the list of pair tags here like this. So now, here paragraph. So P tag is used to display paragraph. Dummy content, you no need to type like this. So dummy content, you can type it here. You can write it by lorem 20. Just if you write lorem 20, by this, you can see here 20 words of content. Here, now if you run this program, run it with live server. So by this, you can see that execution of the code here. You can see that here, execution of the code will be like this. Here it is unpaired tag. Here, pair tag only, list of pair tags. That live server execution will come like this. Here, live server execution. If you run your program will get executed through live server. That output will come here like this. In this, IP address, port number, and then folder name followed by file name. IP address, port number, folder name followed by file name. So this way we can write it here, our live server. Live server execution, we can do it like this. Here only I'm writing here paragraphs. Here paragraphs I'm writing here. So in this paragraphs, whatever you are writing here, H1 to H6, all headings for our application. Here H1 to H6, we are using like heading for our application. Under this, lorem is one keyword is used to write content for our application. Lorem is one keyword is used to write dummy content in this. So here I'm explaining here H1 to H6 paragraph here and headings for our content we can write like this. Here only you can see that here paragraph if you write it, P tag will use, lorem is a keyword, lorem 20 I'm writing. So 20 words of content you can write. Now check the execution. See here, H1 is very bigger in size, H6 is very smaller in size. You can see that here H1 to H6, all different headings. H1 to H6, all are different sizes of headings. H1 is a bigger size heading. H6 is very smaller size heading. Smaller size heading. So now you can see that here H1 is a bigger size heading. So that size will be here. Right click, inspect element on this. See, this is H1. H1, it is showing here bigger size heading for us. H2, see that size here, display block, font size 2 EM. This is totally CSS code. Here, H1 is a bigger size heading. Here, font size and all, it is here. This way we can write it. You're not informed. VS code is not shared with you. Okay. Here, I wrote my program like this. H1 to H6, all different sizes of headings. P tag is used to display paragraph. Here, H6 is a smaller size heading. H1 is a bigger size heading. So now you can check it here that H1 to H6, how it is displaying. See, H1 is a bigger size heading. H6 is the smaller size heading. Okay. If you use H1 here, font size here, it is 2 EM. 2 EM is the font size of H1. H6, if you check it here, see that is 0.67 EM is the font size. H6, if you check it here, 0.67 EM is the font size. Okay. So like this, you can show here H1 is a bigger size heading. H6 is a smaller size heading. You can see that here all sizes of headings will be like this. All sizes of headings will be like this. See, when I write H1, this is starting tag, this is ending tag, bigger size heading. H2 is one more heading. H3, one more heading. Like this, up to H6, you can show for our program. H1 is a bigger size heading. That size is 2 EM. H2, 1.5 EM. H3, 1.17. But there is no size for paragraph. H1 to H6, it is showing all sizes. But paragraph, it is not showing any size for us. So I'm explaining here. H1 to H6, all list of paired tags. Here, paired tags are here. So H1 to H6. H1 will show you with a font size of 2 EM. H2, if you check it here, this is the font size of here 1.5 EM. Here H3, if you check it here, that font size of here 1.17 EM. Here H4, if you check it here, this is the font size of 0.83 EM. H4, no font size, default font size. H5, if you check it here, this font size of here 0.83 EM. EM is a measurement. So you can write your measurement either in pixels or in a EM or a V here. So many other standards we have. So you can check it. See here. Suppose if I write font size, if you want, you can change it. See here 20. You can write pixels or you can write VS. You can write EM. See here. Here like this, CM, MM. Here like this, you can write different measurements. Those all measurements, you can check it in VS Code. Here it is H1 to H6. H1 is a bigger size heading. H6 is the smaller size heading. Here only you can check it here. H1 2 EM, H2 1.5, H3 1.17, H4 no font size, H5 0.83, H6 0.67. 0.83 here 0.83 EM is the font size. Here H1 to H6. Okay. So for this we are using here different font sizes. See here H6 is a smaller size heading. That font size is like this. Here only you can check it here. Font size 0.67 EM is the font size. For paragraph, it is not at all showing any font size for us. Only paired tags, it is showing like this. Only paired tags, it is showing like this. Here in this time, P tag I'm using here to display this paragraph content. Here I'm using here P tag to display that paragraph content. H1 to H6 we are using here all different sizes of headings for our application. Okay, so now you can check it here. So here only you can check it. Paragraph followed by lorem 2. See here 2 words. Lorem 20 words. Lorem 5. See 5 words. Like this, we can write it here. All headings will be like this. All paragraph content will be like this. So this way only we'll execute our program. This is totally about the paired tags. Here I'm explaining here that list of all paired tags. All are like this. Here list of paired tags. Few list of paired tags. All are like this. Okay. Here div tag also we use it here for division of the web page. But this div tag is here div tag. See, it will display normally. See how the paragraph is displaying. Same way div tag is displaying. See here, div tag and paragraph tag, no difference in this. But div tag is for a division. So left and right division of the web page, we will write it by this div tag. Here, when I use here div tag, it is not dividing my web page into multiple parts. See here, this is paragraph, this is div tag. But there is no division for this. Why? Because if you want to write div tag, that division we have to write. Left and right division of the web page, we will write it by this div tag. Here, total left and right divisions, we will write it by CSS. Because of CSS only, we can write it here, all divisions for our application. So this way only we'll write our code. Here, this unpaired tag, I'll explain in the next session. Unpaired tag, I'll explain to you in the next session. But here, as of now, what I continued here, this is a list of paired tags and unpaired tags. And here, up to now, I got only 2 registrations from organizer. So that's why I'm going to take one more demonstration for new students. 14th, I am giving holiday. Here, say 12, 13, 14, no class. Okay, 15th, I'll continue demonstration. If you are interested, you can join. Otherwise, you can join from Thursday. So here, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm continuing like demonstrations in the new link. That Zoom link, you will get it. Okay, Zoom link. In the Zoom link, I'll continue my class. In that link, 14th, sir not given any schedule for me. So 15th, he given schedule for new batch. So up to now, I got only 2 registrations. So I'm taking one more demonstration in this week. So you no need to come for 15th and 16th. You can directly join for pair and unpaired tags from Thursday. 17th October onwards, you can directly join for my class. Okay. Mahadasa. Yes, Mahadasa, is it clear for you? Yes. Yes, please. Is it clear for you?
Yes, ma'am.
So your next class, you already attended demo. Your next class is on Thursday. Yeah, that's it for today. We'll meet for your batch Thursday. Thank you.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.